So we decided on the Honda Vision. What do you think thus far?
Not bad. I mean, it's kind of like riding a bike. Woo. Here we go. Traffic time.
You actually put a lime between it, so that's gonna put a little lime juice in there.
Wind and rain splatting in the face. You gotta have your wits about you. I'm still alive. Haven't killed myself. It's crazy. It really does give you like a Times Square vibe.
It'd be like a little dog meeting ground, hitting up all the popular spots that I've shown in my videos. I did do a live stream here once, so the tour continues. Hello everyone, Adam here. As you guys may know from my recent live stream, I have my friend Walt here, down from the United States. Today I'm gonna try something called the Gamer Abroad Tours. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get him a motorbike and teach him how to use that. And then we're gonna travel around to some of the spots that I've shown on my YouTube videos. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this video and come along for the journey. Now we're about to travel down to Vung Tau, so he needs to rent a bike. And when I first got to Ho Chi Minh City, I saw online a place called Saigon Dragon Bikes, and that's where I rented a bike for about a year and a half. So this guy's got really good, dependable bikes. So we're gonna show you the process and how to rent a bike. This is Saigon Dragon Bikes. It's a small him off Thám, and I'll drop the information for Saigon Dragon Bikes down in the description below. So we hopped on the back of a bike real quick and we took a trip down to his garage. We're gonna check out his bikes. It was very close to where he lived. Now if you guys are ever in Saigon for a long period of time, it's good to have your own bike. You want to make sure you're comfortable on riding your bike though. A lot of people say take a grab bike because driving here in Saigon traffic is scary, etc, 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 but none of that stuff's true. It's very easy to ride a motorbike. You get used to the traffic very quickly. So I highly encourage you guys. You guys are going to be here for any length of stay. Just rent a bike. And if you want dependable bikes and good service, somebody that's not going to come in behind you and steal the bike with their own second set of keys after you rent it from them, then hold your passport hostage, which does happen here. This is how you want to do it.
So you wanted to get an automatic scooter?
Yeah.
See, that's a very good question too we should address. If you're not familiar with riding motorbikes, always go with an automatic. It's less things to worry about as you learn to drive a motorbike. Worry about learning how to use the manual transmission after you've already learned how to handle a normal automatic bike. Oh, did I not lock it? I guess we're gonna handle the transaction right now. We'll grab it. So we decided on the Honda Vision, which is actually a really dependable bike. If you're gonna go a long distance on a bike, maybe you're gonna leave Ho Chi Minh City, you definitely wanna go with the Hondas. They're a little bit more reliable. My girlfriend doesn't like the Yamaha Novas. I personally like them a lot because I think they're very stylish, but she is right, they are old and they are a little bit more prone to break down. But don't worry if you want a little bit more stylish of a bike and you get a Nova and you're just around Ho Chi Minh City, Patrick does his service. If you break down, you need repairs and oil change, just pay it out of your own wallet and Patrick will refund you the money. He's really good about that. Now my girlfriend is gonna drive the bike because Walt hasn't driven a motorbike in quite a while. And we're gonna go to my quiet streets of Nha Be, where he's gonna refamiliarize himself with riding a scooter. All right guys, so now we got Walter out here on the motorbike. He's zipping around, getting used to the acceleration, getting used to the braking power. What do you think thus far?
Not bad. I mean, it's kind of like riding a bike.
Yeah, it kind of is. A little wobbly at first, but you get your momentum going and it straightens out.
The oddest part about the first ride down the street was the foot placement.
Yeah.
Getting used to tucking my feet together.
Yeah.
That was a little weird.
Well, you got one of those bikes too, which is better for traveling to have that extra room because you can actually put a bag there and use your feet to hold it. I don't have that, so that gives you a little bit of an advantage when it comes to traveling. So Walter's done a few laps. He's feeling pretty good. He's doing a damn good job riding this bike. So now we're gonna take him into District 7 and we're gonna show him some Nuke Mia. So that'll be another way that he can learn how to drive the bike in traffic. So let's go. Right now, and we got Walt behind us, so we're gonna take him out into traffic for the first time.
Here we go. Traffic time.
So at these roundabouts right here, it's actually against Vietnamese law to turn right on them. It's not posted. looking for you behind us. We're gonna turn. Drive around. One place that had new Nightlife. That place. Now we look for a new Mia. Yeah. Somewhere in here. Look like that. But today I've seen this so much. It's not the same thing.
Going right now it's been difficult because it's.
Yeah, you gotta get used to the accelerating. The second hardest part would be the braking, and once you have those mastered, it's easy. So part of our driving around today to teach Walt how to handle the bike, we stopped off to get what's called Mia, which means sugar water, and it's freshly squeezed out of the cane, and it falls down into a little liquid trap down there while he'll extract the juices. If you saw right there, he actually put a lime between it, so that's gonna put a little lime juice in there. We're gonna stop here and enjoy a refreshing beverage before we drive back to my apartment. Hopefully Walt will be well acclimated on how to handle the motorbike. It started to rain a little bit, so we sat here and enjoyed our Mia in the rain. And now we're about to head back out now that the rain's starting to calm down a little bit. So we're not gonna show you the ride back because I don't wanna get the microphone and my GoPro wet. So we got rained out on our previous try to teach Walter how to use the motorbike. So now it's nighttime. There's a little bit of a lightning storm, but we're gonna go out again. We're gonna show him a night on the town, and hopefully that is good enough for him to learn how to use the motorbike properly to begin our travels tomorrow.
Hello.
Alright, so this is what we just drove through on Walter's first night driving a motorbike around. So it's raining just a little bit. So far, how do you think it's going?
It's intense, man. It's intense. One of the hardest parts. I mean, it's easy to kind of keep up with traffic, kind of once you get the hang of it, but wind and rain splatting you in the face. You gotta have your wits about you, but it's going. It's going.
We just got to this Tam. I'm gonna show them the famous Tam in one of my Tam videos. You guys want to check that one out? Listen to that thunder. I'll post that in a little link above to the right. There's my girlfriend over there waiting for us. So we're kind of doing a bit of a night on the town, showing them how to drive a motorbike. Hi. Hello. Hello. So we just commandeered the rear table here. People left their plates, that's okay. So what do you think about Walter's driving experience so far?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
He drive very good.
What do you think about the little stools? Are you comfortable? Yeah?
I mean, for the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, start hurt your knees a little bit after that. So that's it for the first spot. It's still raining out here, but we're going to continue on. Our next destination is probably going to be back to get some milk tea. I'm going to show him our milk tea spot and see what he thinks about that. I asked him off camera what he thought about the Tam, and he gave it a 7 out of 10. I personally give it a 9 because I've had a lot of Tam places here, and this is one of the best for Come Soon. Called Come Soon?
Công Tam is Sam.
Ah, okay, good. So off we go. Now we're at the milk tea spot. And since it's not raining anymore, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up here around the corner, and we're gonna sit a little park. We're gonna have our milk tea.
I've heard good things about the milk tea, so I have high hopes.
If you guys haven't seen my video on Nobita, check it out. These butt heads at Maichai moved in right next to this little tiny family-owned business. Big old corporate comes in and takes over. But it looks like they're still being pretty successful because their milk tea is better. For now, we're just gonna wait for our milk tea, continue on our trek so we can teach Walt how to use this motorbike, run him through the ropes, and get ready to travel tomorrow. So now, after giving him a fantastic loop around the city, he saw the nice view coming in from the marina. Now we're on the world famous Nguyen walking street. So what do you think thus far?
Well, the biking is definitely getting easier. I'm still alive. Haven't killed myself. The milk tea was fantastic, by the way. I gotta throw that in there. I'm still enjoying it. But to be here, we're actually standing kind of in the center. We're just surrounded by the Capitol. Uncle Ho's here. All these 5-star hotels. It's crazy. It really does give you like a Times Square vibe. This is where the music's playing.
Right. This is the spot on Nguyen Walking Street where you guys can hop in the double-decker tourist van, trip around Saigon.
I think Nguyen Walking Street is very nice and on way so crowded. See, in Nguyen Walking Street I saw many foreigners. That's too nice.
Some good smells here too. Grilling some pork back there would smell good. I mean, I already ate, but it still smells good. This little concert venue here.
They're always having some sort of event here on Nguyen. A lot of people will bring their dogs out here too, so it'll be like a little dog meeting ground. Famous Petexco, a restaurant on the top floor, have a couple ice creams, maybe a beer and a sandwich, and you're gonna have a $2 million B&D bill. This building right here is an old apartment complex. It's been there for like 40 years, but they turned it all into different restaurants. There's your steakhouse and craft beer. After spending about 45 minutes on Nguyen Walking Street, we decided to find our bikes and move on to the next location, which was the secret spot, which you guys may remember from one of my previous videos. Right now, because we're hitting up all the popular spots that I've shown in my videos. So now we're at the secret location, and if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll put that up there to the right, and you guys can check that out.
There is a method to the madness here. I mean, all of the routes that we've taken to see all of these cool spots, we've taken the long way. The scenic route, so it's been called. I mean, you know, we just went through a tunnel. You know, heck, I mean, I've had this thing open full throttle now.
What do you think about 2TM tunnel?
I didn't have my mask on, so it was very smelly, a lot of exhaust, a lot of dirt. But it was pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's one of the things growing up in America that you always did is when you go through a tunnel, you try and hold your breath. Yeah, it kind of transplants it here too.
I don't know, I guess it was like right here or something? I don't know, because we came back and we turned around and we came right back down this street. So
essentially we went under this. I mean, you really couldn't tell. I mean, it was well lit under there.
So at some point, always on what I've just now coined the term, Gamer Abroad Tours, we got to stop off for a cool beverage, and what a better place to do so than right here on the river, facing beautiful downtown Saigon. So success. We have ourselves 2 tigers, a warrior, and some beef and pork balls. We're gonna sit and enjoy this, and then off to the next destination. So Gamer Abroad Tours continues. We went over Cow 2 TM High, the bridge I just featured, and I'll put that video up there on the right. And from watching Walt drive his bike, he is driving faster, he is driving steadier, his balance seems to have improved. His U-turn certainly improved as he turned into oncoming traffic on the way here.
Yes, it certainly did.
That was quite the sharp U-turn into oncoming traffic. So how's the motorbike feel so far?
You know, it's more and more comfortable. It hasn't been raining, so I don't have to fight the drops in my eyes. I mean, traffic's lightening up. It's getting a little later, so obviously it's getting easier, which just helps me get more accustomed to it. Like I said, I've had that thing full throttle now, going over the river, under the river, all of the above. So we're well on our way.
Yep, as I said, I can see a remarkable improvement. And now we're at Saigon Hot Wings, where I've done one live stream. Unfortunately, I've not actually featured a video here yet, but I will in the future once John gets this place ready. I mean, it's ready now. It looks nice inside, but I did do a live stream here once, so the tour continues, and I'll see you guys back in a bit. So that was Saigon Hot Wings. We just concluded Gamer Abroad Tours. Unfortunately, it was only the medium package because of the rain. It wasn't the elite package. We didn't go to some spots like, for example, Cowan Sao, which I've shown in my previous videos. But I think Walt learned how to ride the motorbike pretty good and saw some of the spots in my videos.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was an eventful night. It was really good to get out and see the town and really experience it as a local would. Really, you know, getting out there, getting on the bike, getting in the middle of the mix, getting some of that good food, some of the good drinks, seeing the spots that the locals like to hit. Yeah, no, it was eventful.
It definitely helps not having to take a grab taxi everywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
The independence of being mobile on your own is
It's liberating.
liberating. Exactly. Good choice of words there. You guys are awesome, and I hope you guys stay that way. Coming up next on Gamer Abroad, we're gonna catch the ferry from Kanya into Vung Tau.
So we go straight through here?
Right through here, we're gonna buy a ticket. Nothing like a good bombing when you're feeling those hunger pains. So after about an hour driving from the last ferry, we're now at the next ferry, and this one will take us to Vung Tau. I feel like I'm drunk. Walt said it earlier off camera though, but this is what living is.